going on? You know what it is. It's your boy Swear, the unlicensed therapist, and this is another episode of Unlicensed Therapy. Hope everybody's doing good. I want to do a wellness check. How y'all feeling mentally and emotionally? If you had to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, how you feeling? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Inbox me. We can talk about it. That's what this is about. This is about a open space to express feeling, to be transparent, and to just talk about day-to-day things. Again, like I say, I'm the unlicensed therapist, and this is Unlicensed Therapy. So today I want to talk about being the best version of yourself, and how sometimes we let social media cloud what we think the best version of ourselves is. Because we're on social media probably 80% of the day. I mean, let's just be real. You're on your phone, you sit down, you pick up. You go to the bathroom, you pick your phone up. You're looking at Facebook, you're looking at Instagram, TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And you're looking at these things and you thinking, damn, I deserve that. Damn, I need that. And it's true. Some of the things we do deserve, some of the things we do need to try to get. But we let that cloud how we feel about ourselves, and sometimes it can put us into a depression because we feel like, damn, like I should be there or I should have that by now. But you don't know what a lot of those people that you see, you don't know what their journey was to get to that. You don't know what they went through to get to that, excuse me. So before you start thinking that you're not good enough, before you start thinking that, when is your time gonna come, you gotta look at what your journey is. Because I look at myself and I think about, let me take my little truck for instance, right? I got a little project truck I'm working on. And I feel like, dang, it should be done by now. It should be done by now. But that's not my journey. I think about my business, Bama Nigga Wings. Like I think about that. Like I thought last year was gonna be the year that we were like really blowing up and doing our thing. It wasn't until I lost my job and started going really hard full time that we really started getting motion. I thought we already had motion, but we didn't. But I had a false sense of what it looks like because I follow other food trucks online. I follow other companies online, and like, well, they've been in the business the same length of time that I have. But my journey, like I say, I'm gonna always say my journey is not their journey, or their journey is not my journey. But back to looking, like I say that to say, like being the best version of yourself, you've gotta, it takes some self-reflection, honestly, to see what the best version of yourself is. Also too, people that's been in like lengthy relationships and all of a sudden aren't in those relationships, like what does that version of yourself look like? You might have been the best version of yourself in that relationship, but what does that single version of you look like? And sometimes you got to take that time to yourself. Take you some time to yourself. Don't just jump back up there because fear of being lonely or wanting companionship when you haven't took that time to find out, who you are. Like take me, for instance. Me and my wife have been together for 25 years. We just celebrated 21 years of marriage, September the 25th. And I honestly don't know what a single version of me looks like. So I would have to really take some time to myself to figure that out. And I think a lot of people don't do that. I think a lot of people just jump right into the next best, that thing that they think is the next best thing, but they don't give themselves time to see, who they are as a person. They don't give their time to see, who you grew into. Like if me and my wife, something happened, Lord forbid, and we weren't together anymore, I'd be lost because I don't know anything else. And I would have to reflect on myself, do some self-accountability to find out what the best version of me is. But also too, you got to look at when you're giving someone your energy, when you're giving someone your time, make sure they're giving it back to you. because that can stunt you as well, from growing as an individual. My dad, I was talking to my dad Sunday. He's a pastor, and me and him, we had a good conversation, and that's what sparked this topic about being the best version of yourself. Because I was telling him about different things in my life that was going on, and with my mom passing in December, and he was like, "Well," he said, "Son, I want to tell you, you handle it well. You're holding up well." And I said, I try my best. That's all I can do is try my best. And he said, you're giving the world the best version of you every time you step out, because you're stepping out strong. You're handling your business. You handle your family time. I was basically I said take care of my mom because she lived by herself, but make sure she had what she needed. My dad's in a nursing home. I go by and I go see him, and I do all of that with my chest out, my chin up, and my chest out. And when I deal with my friends, it's the same thing. Like I give them the same attention, the same energy that I would give anything. And I feel like I do give people the best version of me. Oh no. Y'all know how it goes. Stuff happens. Party foul. We back though. But I feel like I do give people the best version of me. And by doing so, it's reciprocated. I feel like people, when I talk to people, when I'm around people, I get, a better version than that they might give somebody else. But look at your situations, right? Look at your situations, look at past relationships, past jobs, past friendships, and ask yourself, with the relationships, right? With the friendships, with the relationships, did you give the best version of yourself to that person? Or did you just kind of half-ass it, just phone it in, as they say? So I know I harp a lot about self-reflection, but I think that's something that a lot of us are scared to do. Like with me, I had some years ago, I did some self-reflecting on my relationship, and I seen how I wasn't the best version for my wife that I could be. And I had to make some adjustments, just being transparent. Like, I wasn't giving her the best version of me. I wasn't giving her the best version of a husband. I wasn't giving her the best version of a man. So I had to change. I had to self-reflect. I had to hold myself to some accountability. And when I made those changes, it's like something clicked in our relationship. And now, if you see me, you see her. Y'all know that. That's my rider. That's my best friend. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it took me to sit myself down and say, look, Nick, well, Swirl, because this is Swirl's unlicensed therapy. Look, Swirl, like, you got to get it together or you're going to lose this woman. You're going to lose your family. You're going to, so I think that's the hardest thing that we have to do is self-reflect. But once we do it, oh my God, like the freedom that you feel, the peace that you're at, when you know that you're giving, when you know that you've reached the best version of yourself, oh man, it's no better feeling. But you got to make that hard choice to look at yourself, and I think we don't do that. We're scared of what we're gonna see. I was gonna say that we look at social media, we look at we need this, we need that. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? And that's not real. Like, social media is fake. I was gonna put like little points like Facebook, Instagram, but then you know what we gotta really just do is look in the mirror. And once we look in the mirror, the other shit don't matter. You'll see. But social media has us so uptight, so washed about life itself that we don't know what the best version of ourselves is, because we're gonna give the social media version of ourselves to people. We're gonna give that fake cookie cutter version, you know what I'm saying, to people, because we think that's what they want, because social media. Like if I could live my life without social media, I don't know, I probably wouldn't. It's fun. I mean, if you go into it and you know it ain't what it is, and it's just fun, you know what I'm saying? But you can't hold it to like that's the standard of life, because that's not real. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like that the way society has us so in a chokehold, thinking that if a man's not providing, like not provide, but if a man can't do XYZ, he ain't shit. Or if a woman can't do XYZ, she ain't shit. But what if that man is, man or woman, is getting up, giving you the praise you deserve, appreciating you as a person, providing for you both ways, because I believe in 50-50. I know some people gonna be like, what? I believe in 50-50. If you're in a relationship, everything should be 50-50. Sometimes 70-30. It doesn't matter. I say 50-50, but it's like, that's not a realistic thing. Let me say that, because sometimes it's 80-20. Sometimes it's 70-30. Both goes both ways, because I can say, like, when my wife suffered some loss with her father passing, her mother passing, she wasn't able to give 50-50. It was like 80-20. I don't mind doing that. I do the 80-20. I pick it up, but I know it's going to go back to 50-50 and vice versa. When my mom passed, it was like that. But that's because we know each other and we are giving each other the best version of ourselves to each other. And I challenge everybody that's watching this to do some self-reflecting. Look at yourself. Look at your situations. Look at your relationships. Look at your job. Look at everything about yourself and ask yourself that hard question. Is this the best version of myself that I am giving to the world? And then go through, write it down, journal if you have to. Do some journaling, do some whatever you need to do, PowerPoints, whatever, and just look at it like, you know what? I'm not giving the best version of myself, and these are the reasons why I'm not. And just slowly correct them. It's not nothing that you can do overnight. It just takes some time. So I say all of that to say, my dad told me this poem. I'm finna butcher the shit out of it because I don't remember it. But the poem it said, if you can't be a pine on the hill, be a shrub in the valley. But be the best shrub on the side of the hill that you can. If you can't be a star, if you can't be the sun, be a star. It doesn't matter the size or how bright you are. It just matters that you give the best version of that. And so I'm gonna end it with that. I butchered it. Look the shit up. Y'all can look it up, Google it. Pine on the hill, shrub on the valley, and it'll give you the whole poem. But yeah, check that out. Thank y'all for listening again to another episode of Unlicensed Therapy with Swirl, your unlicensed therapist.